To change the camera settings from the PC without using the Wi-Fi, insert the micro SD card that is formatted in the camera into the USB reader and insert the USB reader into your PC. You need to open the Thinkware Dashcam PC Viewer application. Go to Settings, Dashcam Settings. So here you have the settings that you can configure on your dashcam. Let's start with memory card settings. You have the memory partition. This way the dashcam knows to which partition it will allocate more space on the micro SD card. So it has an algorithm and it has all these priorities. So if you want the continuous priority, it means that if you chose continuous priority, the videos that are recorded in other partitions will be deleted before the continuous priority, and the camera will allocate about 60% of the memory for the continuous priority. You have other priorities: incident priority, parking, and manual. I chose parking priority because this way the camera will allocate about 53% for the continuous priority and about 10% for the parking priority, and it will divide the rest between the incident and the manual priority. Manual, it means lock file priority. If you need to format the memory card, you can format it here and then override videos, and this here you choose which videos you want to overwrite when the memory card is full. I chose everything, and it will start, of course, it will leave the priority for the last. Camera settings. For the brightness, front and rear, this is equivalent to exposure value. I kept it on mid, which is I don't want to overexpose the recording and I don't want to underexpose the recording. I kept it on mid. I rotate rear camera. It is disabled because I installed the rear camera in the right direction. This is in case by mistake you install the rear camera upside down, or in case you have like cabling constraints and you have to install it upside down. You can just rotate the rear camera and it will work like this. Record settings. Continuous mode incident recording sensitivity. So I have the camera for about 3 days now, and I tested with these settings. I tested the low and the lowest. In the low setting, each bump almost that I hit on the road or each pothole, it will trigger the manual recording. Manual recording, it means it locks the file. So I put it on lowest and I tried it today. It was good. I kept it on lowest. Super night vision, you have 4 options: disabled, continuous mode, that is in the continuous mode recording, or in the parking mode, or both parking and continuous. I put them both, continuous and parking. Parking mode settings, I chose motion detection simply because in time lapse it doesn't record audio, and in energy saving it doesn't do a buffered recording. So I chose motion detection, which covers motion and it covers also the impact. So I chose the impact sensitivity in parking mode to medium, and the motion detection sensitivity I chose it to be lowest because I don't want to like everything move, like if there's wind, the tree leaves moves and everything. I don't want the camera to keep recording on this. So I chose the lowest, which means that when someone comes close to the car, it will start recording. Record timer 48 hours. You have many options up to 72 hours. I chose to put it on 2 days. And the battery protection, of course, I kept it on enabled, and I chose 12.1. 24 volt, it doesn't apply to me because I have a sedan. I have a Legacy, Subaru Legacy. And I chose wintertime battery protection because I live in Montreal, Quebec, which becomes very cold in winter, and the temperature is always below freezing temperatures during these months: November, December, January, February, and March. When you choose these months, the protection voltage automatically is increased by 0.2. So the battery, the recording will cut off on 12.3 volts. Road safety settings. This is also a cause for me to purchase this camera. So I purchased this camera for 3 reasons. The first reason is for the parking monitor abilities of this camera. The second reason is because of the red light and speed cameras alerts. And the third reason is because of the ADAS features, because my car doesn't have ADAS. So safety cameras here, and this is the second reason I talked about. Safety cameras is enabled, so it will alert you if there's safety cameras installed, and the mobile zone alert also, it will alert you. So this is a file that you have to upload or download regularly from Thinkware. You can do it through the mobile app. Vehicle type sedan. If you have other than sedan, you can choose SUV or truck, which is a big car, big bus. Here, initialize ADAS. The first time you purchase a camera, you have to click on initialize ADAS, and it will initialize it. And I've done this before when I got the camera, and for 2 days it didn't give me any forward collision warning. Up until today, it started giving me forward collision warning. So I guess it takes time to initialize. Lane departure warning setting. I chose it on low, and I chose that it will be triggered only on 100 kilometers per hour or more, which is equivalent to 60 miles per hour. This is because I want it only on the highway speeds. And you have to know that the lane departure warning, because the camera is not connected to the car's OBD2 and it doesn't know what the car is doing, even if you put your blinker on, it will always beep. So this is why I put it on the highway speed only. Forward collision warning, I put the sensitivity on mid, because on low it wasn't giving me any warnings. On mid today it started giving me warnings. This is a setting that I will be trying for these couple of days to find the best setting. Low speed forward collision warning also on mid. And front vehicle departure warning, for now I kept it on enabled. System settings, language is English. You have many languages. Volume, I put it on 3 because I tried 1 and 2, and when I have my windows open, from the wind noise I couldn't hear the camera anymore. So if there were alerts like red light alerts, camera red light alerts, I won't hear them. So I put it on 3. It's a bit loud, but it's okay. Security LED, you have many options, and this is security LED for the front camera. You have left, right. The front camera has 3 white LEDs on the front. If you put it left, right, of course it will blink left and right. Blink, all 3 of them will blink together, and random, it will blink randomly. Either left, either right, or all the 3 together. I tried blink, and it was really very bright at night. So I removed it. And when you put this, when you enable this, any setting, and you choose to enable the rear camera LED, it blinks. But if you disable this and you enable the rear camera LED, it will stay on all the time. So I disabled it too. Time zone, it's -5 because I'm in Montreal. Daylight saving, it's enabled. Speed unit kilometers per hour. Speed stamp, I chose not to put it. Voice recording, it's always enabled. Network functions, for now I didn't enable them. I will enable them later maybe. The network functions are the cloud functions here. So when you enable them, you have to use your data on your cell phone. So these are the settings, the main settings for the camera. And there are many other settings here. If you go through them quickly, you have first dashcam info. So you see here it's Q800 PRO. The firmware version is the latest one, 32 gig memory card, and the safety camera version. This is a safety camera that you download from Thinkware's site. So you see here it's 10 June 2019, and today we are 17 June 2019, so they are new. Language, you have many languages. I think when you change the language here, also the camera language, it will start speaking or talking in this language. Speed unit, kilometer per hour. This is a shortcut because I have it also in dashcam settings. And play front and rear views. So this was an overview of the camera settings.